made it, it would have been the worst thing in the world because you probably felt such pressure from your parents. Not that they were doing it even, it's just an internal thing you were going through.
See, that's the thing, though, is I had already felt like I had made it. Me living in New York in an $1,100 a month apartment, paying my own rent, doing my own shows, dressing how I like, singing how I like, doing my hair how I like, I already felt like I had made it. So that's when I say I don't care about money, is I only and always have just wanted to make music and do it my way.
When did this happen, though? When do you stop wearing what everybody else wears?
When you become brave enough.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, how does that happen to you? Did you think about it a long time? You wanted to do some things, but...
No, it was like complete psychological damage from high school going to in the school that I went to, there was a range of kids that had no money, with families with no money, and kids that literally lived in huge mansions with real Picassos when you walk in the door. So it was a very strange social structure, and we wore uniforms, so... I was terribly bullied. I didn't know who the fuck I was. I didn't know what the hell was going on.
So you would think you would conform based on that. Like, you would probably go, hey, if I fit in and I do what everyone else is doing...
Try as hard as I can, yeah.
Then, in a way...
I just couldn't. I can't explain my nerve. I don't know where it comes from. And in hindsight, it terrifies me thinking of my cute little... And the Edge of Glory video, me dancing on the fire escape. That was... I used to get high and dance on the fire escape.
When you talk
imagine that I was a star.
When you talk about getting high, I mean, you were doing some hardcore drug. You were into coke, and you loved ecstasy so much.
No, not then. I did later.
You did. So you still get high?
No.
Yes.
No.
No?
No way.
You still smoke weed?
Well, come on, that's not... Well...
I mean, if you're going to talk about weed...
Weed doesn't make you paranoid?
I really don't do it very often, and, I'm really honest about it, only because
I like that you're honest about it.
I don't really like or respect artists that lie about what they do recreationally, because it just builds, sort of this separation between your honesty with the fans.
Well, when's the last time you did coke?
Gosh, I don't even remember.
Oh, so did you think you had a habit? Were you addicted?
I was for sure addicted, yeah.
How did you get off it?
My father kicked my ass. Not really, but,
He said you're a mess.
He just called me out, and I love my dad, so when your dad calls you out, you're just like,
Is that why you bought him the car and you spoil him in a sense? Because it could have gone another way. Like, you could have said, oh, my father's an asshole.
Not everybody is going to tell you
That's
that.
right.
Absolutely not. The reason I gave my dad the car and the reason that I am who I am is because of the way that they raised me. My past using any drugs or dressing any certain way was never a rebellion. It was never meant to be, fuck you.
Mm-hmm.
But don't you think you were unhappy doing? Like, I had a tremendous period of time where I did a tremendous amount of drugs.
Yeah.
And I look back on it now, and now I don't do anything. But I sensed that I was lost. I was unhappy.
I was so unhappy.
Right.
Yeah?
And what was the source of your unhappiness, do you think?
I think that I was lonely, and there was something about the drug that made me feel like I had a friend.
Mm.
See, I think that of myself. I think that's what I was doing. I was very confused and feeling very insecure.
But it's also a fitting in thing. A lot of
Right.
times...
That's true.
You get to fit in because
but see,
you're
I
with
didn't
that
do it with
group.
other people.
You didn't.
No, I did it alone.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah, I did it all alone in my apartment, and I wrote music. And you know what? I regret every line I ever did. So to any of the little sweethearts that are listening, don't touch it. It's the devil.
Now, do you I'm thinking about this. There was a period of time where you were a songwriter for other people.
Yeah.
And the famous story is that Britney Spears, which song did you write that you had submitted to her and she turned it down?
A couple. I did one for her that she used called Quicksand.
Right.
And then I wrote Telephone for her.
Right. And she didn't record it.
No. Oh, she did record it.
But she didn't put it out on an album.
No.
And so when you were writing for other people, did it kill you inside? Because you probably said, these are really good songs. I should be
Hell
doing these.
no! Freaking Britney Spears sang my record. Are you kidding? I was doing backflips and ordering drinks.
Really?
Hell no.
And what if she
Listen.
had a huge hit with that? And Sylvester Stallone talks about, he wrote Rocky and he said there was no way I was going to let anyone else star in that movie. I would think that you've got a great voice, you're a super musical talent. I would be like, oh my God, I don't want Britney Spears doing my song.
Why?
Because
it's
I want
Britney Spears.
But I would want the glory. I would want the fame from that and the big payday.
You know what? It's at the end of the day, it's not about the payday for me, and it's you pay your dues. I used to be a waitress. I know what it's like to mop the floors, and for me, writing songs for other people was just.
When she didn't record Telephone, did you say to someone, "Oh, well, she's nuts. This is going to be a hit song"? You knew in your heart that was going to be.
No,
a
I
hit
tried
song.
to take it for my record.
Right, which you did.
Well, at first they didn't want me to take it because they thought eventually she would use it, and I didn't have the pull back then that I have now.
Right.
So it sort of didn't make the Fame, and then when we did the Fame Monster, I just said, "Hey, could I get that record now?" And that was it.
How do you go about selling your records? How does somebody do that? How do you sell a song to somebody? Do you get an agent? Is that how you did it?
No, you just work with producers and your publisher.
And word gets out.
Yeah, but I went to the studio to write that song for her.
Do you ever feel almost, I'm going to say the word idiotic when you're writing a song? Because some of the thoughts that you might have, you go, well, how could I write a song about telephone? Or how could I write a song about paparazzi? Like, do you ever sit there and wonder, is this cool or not?
No, because not everything in my brain is cool. And, it's just... So I learned a lot about myself through my music. Sometimes I write shit and I'm just like, what the hell was I going through that day?
Because I tried to write a song once and it was like, this is stupid what I'm writing
down. It's not stupid.
Oh, you should have seen this. It was
don't
stupid.
Don't bully yourself,
It was called Psychedelic B. I mean,
nice.
It was pretty bad.
That sounds pretty cool.
I'll play it for you.
I like it. Let me hear it.
So
Does that maybe stand for Beth? Psychedelic Beth?
Psychedelic Beth, that's right. No, I wrote that in 6th grade.
Oh.
Turns out
Beth wasn't even born.
Maybe you had a vision of your future.
What is the first song you ever wrote? I mean, I know I asked you like 4 years old, but I'm talking about the first song you wrote that was
called To Love Again.
To Love Again.
I was 13.
13 and you're writing about love.
What the hell did I know?
Were you?
Well,
those
that's the point.
heartbreaks are
It
the
is kind
worst.
of funny, isn't it? Because you're 13, you don't know anything about love. And
Maybe you did know something. Did you have a boyfriend at 13?
No, I think I had a crush on a camp counselor.
Did you ever make out with a guy when you were 13, or were you a late bloomer?
No, I was a late bloomer.
You didn't have
I
sex
was
till when?
kind of a prude.
What age were you when you started having sex?
Actually, it wasn't until I was 17.
17.
Yeah.
Is this guy you're with now the same guy?
I'm not... What guy?
The Jean-Luc guy.
I don't think it could
Actually,
be the same
I gotta
guy.
tell you that the guys that are here are my best friends in the whole world, and you're talking about Luke Carl.
Luke
and,
Carl.
Yeah,
Yes.
he's been my closest friend since I was 19, and my friend Bo's here too.
So Luke.
Actually, Luke is going to be doing a show on Sirius.
Oh, he is?
Yeah.
So Luke is your boyfriend,
He's my best friend.
but he didn't take your virginity.
Why? I guess I
Go ahead.
walked right into this coming in here in latex, didn't I?
No, but seriously, he did not take your virginity,
No,
did
he did not know.
Was it a bad
I'm
experience?
still a virgin, actually.
Was it a bad experience, your first sexual experience?
Well, it wasn't great. I mean, in hindsight, things get a lot better.
But it was another kid your age kind of thing? An older
no,
guy,
he was
right?
older. But you know what?
How much older?
I don't want to say.
Wasn't he in his 30s?
No, that's not true.
No.
I don't know where you heard that. But what I will
I made it
say
up.
is of course you did.
Yes.
I will say that, I got a lot of young fans, so
Go
I
ahead.
love you and I respect your show, and I know you want to talk about sex and cocaine and all that, but
Right.
the truth is, I don't want anyone doing drugs, A.
I agree, and I said,
B,
yeah.
honestly, you should wait as long as you can to have sex, because as a woman, you don't even begin to enjoy it until your mid-20s. It's like, when you're 17, you don't even know how to operate what's going on down there, and you shouldn't try. I mean,
I agree with you.
I really think that kids have sex way too young.
No, I agree with you. In fact, we have a news reporter, Lisa G. She's waiting until she's 60 to have sex. I'm not kidding.
That might be a little too long.
Lisa, I'm sorry he said that.
No, I admire what you're saying, and I happen to agree with it. I have 3 daughters, so I really hope that they sort of don't become promiscuous and all that kind of thing, because I think you can really get your heart broken.
But even if you're not being promiscuous and you're just, a kid
Just the
with
pressure,
a boyfriend,
yeah.
Right.
even if you're not promiscuous, I still think it's way too young. There's no way to possibly understand what it means to be fully intimate with someone at that age.
But you
And-
experimented with women, didn't you?
Yes,
You did. That's kind of hot.
but that was later.
Later on,
Yeah, that was college, which was brief.
you went to Tisch, right?
Yeah.
NYU. Mm-hmm. And would you drop out after a semester?
Was it I want to say I made it through the whole year, but I don't think so.
And that was because you said, "Hey, this is a waste of time. I'm more talented than most of the people here."
No, no, no. It was